Hey, it's David Blaise. We are on the phone with John Calache from Custom Prints in Orlando, Florida. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Okay, it's great to have you with us. I was talking with my business partner, Rick Drake. He said that he had a conversation with you just a little while ago, and you were working your way through customer acquisition, working on bringing some new clients through the door, and you've been having some pretty good success with it. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, a company, the Hospice Center over here in Orlando, just placed an order with me for $17,000. It was with 3 different items is what they placed an order on, so they've got some pretty good quantities. And they're going to have me set up as their sole source vendor for all their promotional stuff, and they're also going to tie me in with the hospital that they're associated with.
Nice. Now,
so I'll also be doing the hospital as well as the Hospice Center.
Wow. And so this is a new client for you?
Brand new.
So when did you first start pursuing them?
It was probably about 3-4 months ago is when we started, and we finally broke into it.
Okay, so 3 or 4 months ago, these people had absolutely no idea who you were?
That's correct.
And so how'd you do it? Because that's what everybody wants to know. How did you do it?
Well, we started by finding out who the key players were in the area, and I actually got very lucky. I found out that I knew somebody that worked there. So I made contact with the person that worked there, and they got my foot in the door. They introduced me to the marketing person, who was really nice, very receptive to everything that we were doing, and gave me all the information I needed as far as what to bid on, and she actually even told me what everybody else was coming in at with their bids, so I knew where I had to come in for.
Wow.
So that helped me out. That helped me out tremendously.
So in other words, you're going through the process, the targeting and hunting and gathering process from customer acquisition, and it turned out that you knew someone there, and that's what led to that.
Correct.
That's great. All right, so can you tell us just a little about the whole customer acquisition thing overall in terms of like different things that you've tried and how it's worked and what sort of responses you've gotten?
Well, I've used the program, and I think what I found is you look at 10 people that you've targeted. I think you hope to get an interview with maybe 3, possibly 4 of those 10, and out of those 3 or 4, then you hope that you land 1 or 2 contracts. So it's really just a numbers game and how much time you put into it.
Sounds like the numbers have been working in your favor.
Well, at least in this one, yeah.
Yeah. So have there been other situations like that recently? I mean, how are things going overall? How are things going in general?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at a couple of larger contracts, stuff that I haven't looked for before going into the program with you guys. I mean, usually most of the deals that I was looking at were just the little mom-and-pop stores down the road or whatever, and they did place some pretty good orders, and pretty good orders would mean profits of maybe $200 or $300. But now I'm looking at some larger things, and larger things are coming in, and now I've got, I mean, it's like we opened up a whole new world out there. And it doesn't seem like it's really that much more work to do to make 5 times more.
Wow. And so how are your sales this year versus last year?
I think I was talking to Rick, and we came up with, I think we're making 3 times more than what we came in last year. We expected to double the sales, and we actually tripled.
In what's widely being reported in the press as the worst economy since the Great Depression.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, you said to figure out how much you're making and what you per hour. Seems like I'm in the $200 or $300 an hour range right now.
Excellent. All right, well, congratulations. I'm glad to hear it's going so well.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, John, thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.